Hello and welcome back to Nick's Not Creative. I'm your host Nick Einsman, where I talk about things that are far more creative than anything I can pump out of my 6-foot body by any day of the week. Today I have a fantastic episode for you. I'm really excited to talk about it. It's something that I am very, very excited for, just as a person. And as a film buff, I'm also super jazzed, but most importantly as a comic book nerd, she's Louise. I cannot wait for this movie. If you haven't put two and two together, I'm going to give you a hint. He's not in it. Jack Nicholson's Joker. But it is the new Batman movie directed by Matt Reeves, starring Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne and also Batman. Now, before everyone kind of goes nuts, the trailer literally, or the teaser literally just dropped this week, or this past week. I, for one, have watched it about 30-something times. I am beyond excited for this movie. I'm also a very big true crime fan, so to kind of see two of my favorite topics kind of get blended together has kind of been a dream come true. You know, we're gonna see a movie that, or a Batman movie that we've never seen before. This is not the Nolan movies, this is not the Tim Burton movies that, you know, my generation grew up on, and this is most definitely not the Shoemaker films by any stretch of the imagination. Anyway, so yeah, there's this new grit, and I think it definitely plays off of what the Joker gave us in 2019. You know, it's that very based in reality. There's not a lot of room for, you know, characters like Mr. Freeze that we know of, things of that nature. It's very like, this can happen in your reality. You could be in your bodega or, you know, wherever, and Oswald Cobblepot can screech in and blow up the bar, whatever. That type of thing. So it is a very, very exciting time to be a Batman fan. There was a lot of controversy with the casting originally for Batman and Robert Pattinson as Batman and Bruce Wayne. I personally was never on that like, oh, he's gonna suck fence, just because of movies like The Lighthouse, movies like High Life, you know, and the new movie that he has coming out, and it escapes me now, with Tom Holland, that's going to be on Netflix. Again, he has a very wide range as an actor, and I am very excited to see it, as I'm sure you are. So yeah, without further ado, here is the trailer reaction to the Batman.
From your secret friend again. Who? Haven't a clue. Let's play a game. Just me and you. Any of this mean anything to you? You're becoming quite a celebrity. Why's he writing to you?
You are justice.
I can't believe that's fucking Paul Dano. Or Dano.
What is the price for your blind eye? The hell are you supposed to be?
God.
I'm vengeance.
Oh my god, the fucking Batmobile. It's just so good. It's just so good.
You're a part of this too. I'm not part of it. You'll see.
I mean, really. Like, again, I'm going to repeat this. We've never seen a Batman movie quite like this, and we're probably not going to after this. Unless of this movie, and I pray by the film gods that it is as successful as I want it to be. You know, especially because it's using characters that we've only seen in such a comedic light. Like, if you look at Danny DeVito's Penguin, you know, obviously, yes, he was an intimidating character to an extent. He didn't look right, he looked a little scary. But it's Danny DeVito playing the Penguin, you know, and then you go from that character over to Edward Nygma's the Riddler, played by Paul Dano, you know, and this is a drastically different character. The last time we've ever seen him in a live-action film was in Joel Schumacher's Batman Returns, and that was Jim Carrey playing him, you know, and everyone's losing their mind that he doesn't have like a bright green suit, you know, and honestly, I'm very okay with him not having it. We are seeing essentially the Zodiac Killer as the Riddler. And I literally said that with him the first time of me watching the video. Obviously, this was not my first time watching the trailer, but it has to say something that I've watched it like 30-something times and I still find stuff I love about it. Like, the Batmobile is so unrefined, you know, that it shows that not only is this a realistic take on the character, but that in the continuity of the story, that he is actually only 2 years in. You know, that he's still very much like a unhinged, not refined, doesn't really have a grasp on the damage that he does to people. Not to mention that this movie is directed by Matt Reeves. If you're not familiar with Matt Reeves, if you are a fan of horror movies, you've probably seen him or some of his work with movies like 16 Cloverfield Lane, or you know, Cloverfield, the phenomenal found footage movie based in New York that came out, I want to say 2008, 2009. So this director has a really, really good sense of suspense and really good sense of keeping you hooked on that line, which is something that I'm really excited for, and not bashing Nolan or Tim Burton. You know, I definitely think that they played the character the way that they wanted to play them. The character came out great, the movies came out great for what they were. But again, this movie reminds me a lot more of, as Matt Reeves said, Taxi Driver, Chinatown. I find a lot of similarities to Mindhunter that just came out, and I'm very excited to see kind of the relationship that Batman has with the Gotham City Police Department, especially because he is only in his second year of crime fighting, and not to mention that, like, you know, we really didn't see Nolan's Batman really just working with cops like this. You know, there's a scene in the trailer where he is very much in GCPD. Whether or not he's there for, some other YouTuber was talking about maybe he's there to like get corrupt cops, or, you know, I think he's just was brought in, or that might have even been a flashback to him announcing himself or something along those lines. But I do find it interesting that we're going to see him doing a lot more detective work, and that is something that Matt Reeves has said multiple times. Now, let's just get this out in the air. The scene where Batman is brutally beating the clown gang member is one of the most, I don't even want to say brutal, but just such an unhinged moment for a character that, especially in mainstream media as of late, has been more of a family character. So this is by no means going to be from what I've seen, I don't think is going to be a children's Batman movie, which honestly I'm stoked about. You know, if you look at success of like the movie Logan or Deadpool, both of which had, I'm pretty sure Deadpool had a rated R, but I know Logan was kind of R-rated. Both of those movies were box office success, and they were just fantastic. They told a really good story, and just stories that, you know, older comic book fans and comic book movie fans wanted to see. So if we can continue to get this trend going of R-rated superhero movies, especially with this, you know, intellectual property, aka the Batman, I think we're in good shape, and I definitely am excited to see where they go with this. I'm really excited to see more of Paul Dano's Riddler, especially because we not only, you know, it's a different light on the character, but because he's never the character himself. So the Riddler himself have never had a main, you know, especially in film. He's the guy that like Bruce needs to worry about, you know. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Obviously, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I hate saying it. As I go over this more, we're going to be doing weekly movie nights. You know, so Friday nights I'll pick a movie and we'll go over it. And then yeah, it's going to be great. We got some spooky stuff coming down the line. Pretty excited for that. The Doom trailer is supposed to drop in a couple days, and I, for one, am so goddamn excited for that. It's gonna be great. I'm excited you guys to have you here. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Nick's Not Creative. Oh, or at Facebook, it's the same thing, Nick's Not Creative. If you want to see more about the podcast and the podcast network, go to nicksnotcreative.com, and yeah, we will catch you guys soon. Till then, keep watching the Batman trailer.